Hi, welcome to my channel. How you doing? So I'm going to do a little chat, a little micro video blog on dealing with hate comments as a follow-up to the last video about dealing with hate comments, because we get so many hate comments. And I also get asked how I deal with them. So that's what this show is going to be about. Okay, let's jump straight into it. Hate comments. And these are, I see a lot of people that really get down by hate comments. And people wonder how I've managed to maintain such a thick skin, how they don't affect me. And honestly, they kind of used to. But then I realized that the people who make these sorts of comments are like idiots. And they really are. And occasionally I'll get one from somebody that's not an absolute knuckle dragger. And then that might affect me a little bit perhaps. But generally speaking, these are comments from idiots. And put it this way, why would you care about the opinion of an idiot? Well, if you look at most of the hate comments I published on my channel, you will see that most of them can barely string a sentence together. They can't spell, they're illiterate, absolutely moronic idiots. So just on that level, take that for what it is. What they think simply does not matter. The fact that you've done something which has pissed them off is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, think about this. This is somebody that's sitting in their house. I hate that person. Why? Think about why they want to make hate comments, and you'll pretty quickly see that these are people who are so miserable in their own lives that for a hobby, they're trying to attack yours. I mean, these are not people you want to give a crap about. The fact that they're so angered by your very existence, take it as a badge of honor. So that's kind of how I deal with the hate comments. Is on the one hand, I literally don't care what a idiot thinks of me, and on the other hand, the fact that an idiot has then taken the time to write some drive-by abuse on my channel. Word! Congratulations, you've pissed off an idiot. I'm a firm believer in the saying that if you get through life without annoying someone, you're doing it wrong. Because it means that you're so vanilla, you're so generic, that you aren't being yourself. And I don't think it's possible to be yourself without upsetting people. Because as a human race, as a species, we've evolved to be different. We've evolved to have different views. And different views are fine, they're important. Again, idiots tend to believe that everyone has to think exactly what they do, and everyone who doesn't agree with them is wrong. Well, I disagree. So there's that. So, debate and having disagreements is absolutely fine. Where these trolls come in is they're so blinkered in their worldview, they cannot possibly comprehend or even debate with any reason people who don't fit in their incredibly narrow niche worldview. Come on, please. So onto the comments which do sometimes bother me, and I'll be honest, sometimes they do. Very, very, very rarely I'll get some hate, for want of a better word, from somebody who isn't an absolute moron, from somebody that's actually quite intelligent. And that's a little harder to deal with, because this is somebody that actually can string a rational thought together, can construct a sentence, and has applied reason to why they don't like you. That's a little trickier, because they can often be quite cutting. This isn't like your typical idiot will just, it isn't even their opinion, it's a copy and paste of somebody else's argument that they're too lazy to have their own opinion on. They just copy and paste other people's opinions. But some of the cleverer ones actually have their own opinions, and they'll bring something new to the table. Here's how I look at those. On the one hand, I refer to my earlier fact that you've annoyed somebody, therefore you're doing something right. That's a good thing. Then on the other hand, they've brought something new that you haven't seen before. That's an opportunity to understand. That's an opportunity to apply your own reason and look at what they've said. Are they right? They may be. If it's just opinion, it doesn't really matter. But if they've put forward a rational argument, are they right? So use that. Learn from that. And take it on board. What are they saying? Sometimes we will misinterpret something as hate, and that's usually what comes from the more intelligent people, as not actually being hate. It's actually a valid point of view that they've put forward, a valid argument based on some fact. Well, that's usually worth actually taking a look at. And that's pretty much it, believe it or not. Something that I've seen recently from a group of people known as TERFs, trans exclusionary radical feminists. I didn't even know they were a thing until recently. But recently, TERFs have discovered I exist. And even though I don't know them, I don't think I even know a TERF in person, they collectively, and they're not actually a group, but generally in TERF circles, they seem to share targets of the week or something in their TERF groups. They'll have Facebook pages or whatever, and they'll say, oh, look at this person, let's go and hate them. So they're like flavour of the week or flavour of the month on who hate me at the moment. And if you're transgender, TERFs hate you. By the very nature of their label, TERF means that it's trans exclusionary, so they hate you. And that's something that's a little bit odd when a group of individuals decide they hate you. However, religious groups have done this for a long time. Again, these are groups of people that haven't formed their own opinions. They've just jumped on whatever passing bandwagon is running by their social media, and they have adopted those viewpoints. So there you go. That's flavour of the month. I don't even know where I was going with that train of thought, but I'm just illustrating. It underscores the point that most of these people who hate you don't even have their own ideas. They're just copying and pasting others. However, in the radical feminist camp, actually some of them are very intelligent, and when it comes to feminism, some of these people are actually very, very well written. It's just they have this also wrong view on transgender people, and that's tricky when you have somebody on the one hand is rational and clever, but then on the other hand is irrational. And people can do that. People can be rational when it comes to one part of their life, and then completely irrational and hate-filled in another part of their life. You look at spiders. I'm terrified of spiders. Don't like them at all. They make me scared. That is completely irrational. I kill spiders. I don't like killing spiders, but they terrify me. So my default reaction when I see a spider is, kill it with fire. But the poor spider's done nothing wrong to me other than existing, and I'm terrified of it. And that's kind of the same thing with transphobia and homophobia. These people have an irrational hatred. It's not based on any logic or reason. TERFs tend to believe they have a reason for it, but I've yet to see actually a solid argument. And it's kind of the same thing. So sometimes intelligent people are irrational when it comes to some things they decide they don't like. Basically. Have I just compared transgender people to spiders? I think I did. Oops. So if you like what I do, if you're interested in this sort of content, please like, comment, share, hit that subscribe button. I think it's here. Hit that alarm bell. So you'll be kept informed of all the things that I post. That'd be really cool. So there it is. That's kind of how I deal with random hate. So the points to take away are bullet points. 1, these people are idiots. Who cares what idiots think? 2, these idiots aren't really their own ideas. They're just copying and pasting somebody else's idea because they're too lazy or stupid to have their own actual opinions that they've considered. 3, the fact that you've annoyed somebody by your very existence is not necessarily a bad thing. It means you're not afraid to be yourself. It means you're out there and being you. And some people aren't going to like that. That's reality. You can't sugarcoat that, I'm afraid. So that's an area where you have to grow a thicker skin and look at things a little bit differently. It's not a bad thing. We could go into the deeper societal issues of why we have a society based on hate. That's for another day. Number 4, the intelligent ones. Treat them with a little more respect. Don't just dismiss them as idiots. It's either an irrational issue that they have, or look at it more closely and you may find there is a good argument there, which is open to debate and discussion. And that's pretty much it. Congratulations for being out there and being noticed by people. That's why we're doing YouTube in the first place, right? That's why we're on social media, if we're honest about this. If you didn't want to be noticed, close down your Facebook, Twitter accounts and hide away in a cocoon. But if you do, well, welcome to the 21st century. So there we go. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. More content coming soon. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't like, whatever. It's all good. And I will see you all in the very next video. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.